everyone, and thank you for coming out tonight to support the Waipahu High School Marauder Band's 2025 Annual Aloha Concert. My name is Grace Ioli, I'm a senior, and I will be your general MC this evening. Before we begin the show, we would like to thank our principal, Mr. Zachary Sheets, the Arts and Communications Assistant Principal, Mr. Amanda Sorono, and the Waipahu Intermediate School Band Director, Mr. Garrett Ueda, for their support of our band program, as well as these special guests who are in the audience tonight. Lynn Nakamoto, Waikele Elementary School music teacher, Rochelle Lamusao, House of 36 and a representative of Waipahu, and Corey Chun, House of 35 and a representative of Waipahu. We would also like to thank any teachers and staff members who are in the attendance tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. At this time, we would like for everyone in the audience to silence all electronic devices. To further address some concert etiquette, if you are entering or leaving during the concert, please wait until the piece is done and then quietly leave. If your child is restless and is in need of comfort, feel free to take them outside until they have calmed down. Photographs and capturing videos are permitted, but please refrain from using flash photography. As a reminder, we record all of our concerts. Videos of the concert will be available on our YouTube channel. Further concert etiquette can be found in the back of the program. As for restrooms, they are located in the building across from the cafeteria. Women are on the left and men are on the right. Tonight, we will be showcasing 3 groups: our jazz band, our solo and ensembles, and lastly, our symphonic band. Now, let's begin our program.
Aloha, my name is Emmy Fu.
I'm Jaden Jimenez.
And I'm Caroline Matautia.
The next song we'll be playing is Basie Straight Ahead by Sammy Nesco, with solos from Leland Baptista and Renato Echelusi on tenor saxophone, as well as Aaron James Santa Cruz on piano.
This piece was composed for Count Basie's orchestra.
Count Basie? You mean Count Dracula? Oh, blah, blah, blah.
No, Count Basie as in William James Basie. He was known for popularizing the big band sound.
Well, if he's not a vampire, why is he called Count Basie?
Well, one day during a radio broadcast, a radio announcer decided to give him the title Count Basie to give his name more style or pizzazz. After that, the title just stuck.
Wow.
Now, under the direction of Mr. Henry Fu, the Waipahu High School Jazz Band.
Garcia Agnes, and I'll be the MC for our next jazz piece, At First Light. This song, composed by Ellen Rowe, is our only slow jazz piece of the night. But just because it's slow doesn't mean it's any less exciting. This piece reminds me that we as humans need to appreciate the people in our lives, to not just focus on what can go wrong in it. The soloing done by Emmy Fu on alto saxophone shows how everything we do can uplift the people around us. Maybe like talking a friend through a bad breakup, or the really small things like smiling at someone you know had a rough day. Life can be hard sometimes, but the people around you can always make it a little better. So, I hope this piece makes you think about the people you love, and makes your life a little better by listening. That's our next jazz piece, At First Light.
Hello, my name is Christine Soria.
And my name is Emmy Fu.
The next piece we'll be playing is a piece called Finishing Brushes by Rob Vuono Jr. It is a beautiful example of how subtlety and texture can shape a jazz performance.
This piece is a drum set feature that emphasizes, as the name implies, brushwork. Despite it being a drum feature, it also includes a complex background from the rest of the band that'll be sure to keep you on the edge of your seat.
Listen for the talented work on the drum set from Dustin Lagua and the powerful interwoven rhythms from the rest of the ensemble.
Now, we hope you guys enjoy the next piece, Finishing Brushes.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth David, and I'll be your MC for our next jazz piece, In Your Own Sweet Way by Dave Brubeck and arranged by John Watson. This is one of Dave Brubeck's most famous compositions. This ballad had been recorded by such luminaires as Miles Davis, Sonny Rollins, John Coltrane, and Wes Montgomery. This arrangement here gives an easy flowing swing style from each of the sections, and with the low end giving us a powerful upbeat feel at the end of the piece. John Watson Charts takes full advantage of many colors from the entire jazz ensemble, along with rich harmonic palette. The song features Emmy Flume on alto sax and Gian Bayo on trumpet. Please enjoy as we perform In Your Own Sweet Way, played by the Waipahu High School Jazz Band.
Good evening. My name is John Aganos.
And my name is Alexander Colorino. The last song the jazz band will be performing is Soul Vaccination.
The original recording is by Tower of Power, but this arrangement is by Paul Murtha. Tower of Power actually made the song for the 30th anniversary.
Wow, they must be really, really old.
I know, right? They started in 1963 and are still performing till this day.
Anyways, this song is a funk and soul piece that has powerful notes and hits from the brass and tight rhythms within the horns. The drums can carry the band with powerful bass drum and snare hits while the bass plays a funky bass line to support. This whole song just makes me want to bob my head and get a soul vaccination.
Do you even know what a soul vaccination means?
Is it like where your soul gets like a vaccine?
Close enough. But it is actually a metaphor that this song and the band's music will give you a shot of soul music that will energize the listener.
Oh, I see now. Now that I see the lyrics, they are really direct with it.
This song will also feature solos from Jaden Wright on trombone, myself on bass guitar, Yuri Jakosalim on trombone, Alexander Calorino on piano, Renato Echeluzzi on tenor saxophone, and Eric Wen on trombone.
Please enjoy the next song,
Soul Vaccination.